Hi YouTube! So one thing I wanted to talk about really quick is ways to increase your milk supply for any breastfeeding moms out there. We went through a lot at the beginning of our breastfeeding journey, so I know that not everyone's willing to go to the links. Some other people are. I just wanted to share what we did. I didn't include it in the breastfeeding video, so I thought I'd include it here. One thing that and we didn't try all of these, but we did do some of them for sure, is the fenugreek. We had capsules that were from the whole herb, not just a root or leaf, and I did 3 capsules 3 times a day. And they say you know that it's in your system good once you smell like maple syrup, which was true because my husband told me he wanted to sop me up with a pancake one morning. I thought it was the strangest thing, but he was like, I smell like syrup, and I was like, oh, that makes sense now. Another thing are the mother's milk or Milkmaid teas. They are very similar in composition. I think we have the Milkmaid tea here, and tastes pretty good. I was nervous because it has licorice in it, but it's really not noticeable at all. And I would drink that as often as I remembered, typically 2 to 3 times a day, depending on how hot it was outside. So when he was born, it was still pretty chilly, so it wasn't a big deal to have a hot cup of tea. Lactation cookies, so good, so good. I swear I would have them just for absolutely no reason because they're insanely healthy. And the way I make them, which is without the butter, there's literally no drawback to it. I mean, unless you see some brown sugar as a drawback, there's not even much of that. Incredibly healthy, high protein, high everything snack needed for a breastfeeding mom or a growing kid. I mean, it's not really something you have to restrict to just mom eating. Anyone can eat them. I had to smack my husband's hands often when we had the cookies in the house because he would be stealing my cookies. I will note that I do sell cookies on Etsy. Our shop is below all of our videos, but I do make them myself since I know some of the ingredients are a bit hard to get a hold of. And I mean, it kind of sucks buying an entire container of something you need like a teaspoon of. So, lactation cookies, goat's rue. From what I understand, it helps build up breast tissue. So for those of you who have inadequate tissue and are told that your supply is low because of that, goat's rue can actually increase your breast tissue, which is good to know. Oatmeal, yep. Preferably whole, steel cut, rolled oats, not the instant stuff. Has all of the punch taken out of it, but the normal steel cut in a container, you gotta wait the whole 15-20 minutes it takes to cook it, or you can just make cookies. But oatmeal is also a galactagogue. Pumping, of course, especially after you nurse, because it tells your breast that it needs to put out more than it's putting out. So it's sort of adding in some extra demand to increase your supply. Water, for obvious reasons, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard to feed someone all liquid if you're dehydrated. So and then there's also Motherlove's More Milk line. I personally never used any of them because they're expensive. They're really expensive. But I hear they're pretty good. I wanted to try them out, but I just could not fork over almost $40 for one little tincture. Or the capsules. But I do know that they work much, much more effectively when taken in conjunction with like the fenugreek or the goat's rue. Even though they contain both fenugreek and goat's rue, typically. Well, the plus contains goat's rue and the regular doesn't. But yeah, they work better in conjunction with additional doses of each. I think that's it. Yeah, those are pretty much the most useful. I mean, there's also, for the severe cases, Reglan, which is prescription only, but there's a really high incidence of depression with it because of the way it works on the receptors in your brain, because it can cross the blood-brain barrier. And there's also domperidone, which does not cross the blood-brain barrier, so it does not have that effect. However, it is also not approved for prescription for lactation in the United States, so you have to kind of find a international pharmacy to ship it to you. But to recap, we've got fenugreek, mother's milk or Milkmaid teas, lactation cookies, goat's rue, oatmeal, pumping, lots of water, and the Motherlove line, as well as the prescription Reglan and domperidone. Thanks.